Check, check, check one, check two.
There's a very different, some try to call it different, just different levels of consciousness or different levels of awareness. I don't agree with that. I actually agree it's completely different constructed things. There's the same, and I had that happen long ago. I already began to recognize early in my journey that not every human I see on the street is a human. I didn't know what the percentage was or exactly how I tell the difference, but I could just indicate this one right here. That's not a human. They got a human suit on, right? They're wearing the same suit I've
They're
got, but
not they're not
we're not the
conscious.
same.
They're not conscious, and
You
then it
know,
leads you
no.
to the
And
hidden
I
soul.
began testing it a little bit, and my tests would when I the only way I could kind of tell a little bit, and again, I this time I didn't really know what one thing was or wasn't. Just it was if I asked questions, if I asked the or discuss a topic, I would find that their answers would be similar to no matter what topic we went through.
Mhm.
If I talked about woodworking, and then I talked about golf, and then I talked about boating, and then I talked about building a deck, and then I talked about Christianity, and their answers would
All in
be
the same
it would
menu.
sound different, but they were literally the same conversation. It was, and I realized that's these other people, that's how I could start to tell their box of potential and conversation was really, really small. And I realized, but they one day won't expand it. It won't. It's like others can learn more things, study more things, uh, access more. This is all they got. This is
Mhm,
the
that's it.
level of their total package, and that's when I realized, yeah, whatever they are is something really different than
So if
me and the ones who don't have this
Yep.
box.
So if
I
our
knew
us
right away that that's one of the ways of telling the difference.
so if us well, I'm gonna say that we're all creators in my own definition of what a creator is. And I'll say that the people who are not creators have something missing in them, whether we call it the God particle, the soul, whatever that is. I don't want to put a title on that and say that that's what I'm going to stick to. But if there's a difference in that, right? If there's a physiological difference in that, or an essence difference in that, then why would we think that they would have the same near death experience that we would have as creators? Because what I'll argue is, and what I'll ponder is to you is that if you don't have an eternal soul, you're not eternal, then your near death experience cannot be the same as what I would have. The perspective will be
No,
completely
well,
different.
not necessarily. Again, we don't really know what experience those creatures when they die will actually have.
Mhm.
We know the near-death experience. We know the near-death experience that they're presenting to us that they've had in this realm. So again, how do we know that's a what, like, let's say we can classify, for the sake of argument, that this theory is true, and let's say we could classify that person A over here is what we could sort of see as a non-player character. We can verify it. Okay, this person has a near-death experience and shares us with it in a book or in an interview or whatever. So because we've now described, well, they're not really like us. And if we say, well, we don't know what kind of death experience they will go through, but they're presenting a near-death experience to us. Are they presenting a true experience for them? Are they presenting something that is
There's a
meant
program,
as
right?
either, say, information for
Yep.
us or a trick to us or whatever? So
Disinformation.
it also so yeah, your question, which to or your comment, which to me can take this on a really another level of introspection when you go into the near-death experiences. We get 100 near-death experiences presented to us. If, let's say, 20 of those are from what we would call, like, say, divine spark humans, 80 of them are coming from non-divine sparked humans, still souls, still have the ability to be kind and nice or really nasty jerks or whatever. But how much do we trust those compared to the ones that we know are the divine sparks? And can we tell? Can
Mhm.
we be able to tell, this is a divine spark? Because obviously a divine spark near-death experience would be more important, I think, in our study than one that isn't.
Mhm.
So it'd be interesting if we could somehow find ways to categorize who we're hearing from, because we would know better how much more one should be studied than another, if that makes sense at all.